explosive in time.
Modern asphalt was first applied in 1870 on William Street in Newark, New Jersey by Belgian chemist Edward J. de Smet. Using natural bitumen from Switzerland and Trinidad, he developed a heated mix of binder and aggregate, what we now call hot mix asphalt. It marked a shift from cobblestone and wood to engineered surfaces. Conceptually, the idea wasn't new. Asphalt, like concrete, relies on the same ancient principle: mix rocks with goo. The Romans used lime and volcanic ash as their goo of choice, so to say, to produce something like modern hydraulic concrete. The Babylonians, Sumerians, and Assyrians before them used bitumen, just like de Smet. De Smet's breakthrough was precision, controlling the ratios, heating the mix, applying it hot, and eventually compacting the mix during application. Over time, chemically similar petroleum tar, a byproduct of petroleum refinement, would replace bitumen. The enduring result? A dense, smooth, water-resistant surface that would become the basis for 90% of U.S. roads. Founded in 1914, before the popularity of records and radio, ASCAP, the American Society of Composers, Authors, and Publishers, emerged amid the clamor of Tin Pan Alley. When sheet music ruled, the piano was still a household appliance, and Americans consumed music by playing it themselves. To hear a hit, you actually banged it out on the family upright. Songwriters depended on the sale of their compositions, usually in the form of sheet music, to earn a living. But as their work spilled into theaters, restaurants, and vaudeville halls, they watched others profit from their songs. ASCAP formed to fix that. Led by figures like Victor Herbert, it forced the issue in court and won. The Supreme Court ruled, if music helps your business, you pay the composer. That decision cracked open the modern royalty system. ASCAP now tracks and collects performance royalties, radio, TV, clubs, streaming, elevators. Not for performers, not for record labels, but for the people who write the songs. Butt dial may have been coined as early as the 1980s, but it wasn't until around 2005 that it gained traction in popular media, surfacing online in forums and Urban Dictionary. The term, referring to a sequence of seemingly random tactile movements triggering an accidental call from a pocketed phone, quickly filled a lexical gap. The consequences? Overheard secrets, ruined marriages, and even SWAT deployments.
I spent $100,000 gambling
and throwing money at strippers.
He's coming clean to his wife.
Pocket dial to 911 leads to a drug bust in Kentucky. Police arrested Gregory Collins and Justin Cruz yesterday after one of the men apparently called 911 by accident. The local dispatcher overheard a conversation about drugs.
A Florida man has been arrested on suspicion of murder after an operator overheard his plans to kill someone when he accidentally pocket dialed 911 earlier this month.
Before creating Beavis and Butt-Head, Mike Judge was a physics graduate, bass player, and disgruntled software engineer in Silicon Valley. In 1991, he began animating shorts in his garage using a 16mm camera. One of them, Frog Baseball, aired on MTV's Liquid Television in 1992, marking the first television appearance of Butt-Head. Crude, violent, and unapologetically dumb, the pilot launched a cultural revolt against imbecilic family TV and a franchise.
Ball.
At the making of this video, Asphalt, ASCAP, Butt-Head, and Butt Dial are all contemporaneous, meaning one can theoretically watch, join, drive atop, and send Butt-Head, ASCAP, Asphalt, and Butt Dial respectively. Now, in terms of point of origin, Asphalt is closer in time to ASCAP than ASCAP is to Butt-Head, Butt-Head is to Asphalt, ASCAP to Butt Dial, and Butt Dial is to Asphalt. However, Butt Dial is closer in time to Butt-Head than Butt-Head is to ASCAP, Asphalt is to Butt-Head, ASCAP to Asphalt, Butt Dial to ASCAP, and Asphalt is to Butt Dial. So there you go. The American Statistical Society, or ASS. I'm not making this up. Founded under that name in 1839, the fledgling society would, a few months later, and for obvious reasons, change their name to the American Statistical Association, which is how they are known to this very day. And I think that's enough of this shtick for one video. Thanks for watching. See you next time.